Namaste students, myself JVN Brijesh Kumar Yadav, Faculty of Education and Methodology, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Students, I welcome to all of you in my digital class. Students, I have prepared this lecture for MSc Botany first semester. Paper name is Microbiology and today's topic is microbial nutrition. Okay, so today we will study how these microbes get their nutrition. But before starting to the topic, I would like to give you the brief idea and introduction. As you all know, this heading is made up of two words, that is microbial nutrition. Microbial stand for microbes. You all know, since we are in class of microbiology, so we'll study about microbes. Another word is nutrition. What is nutrition? I expect you might have studied this topic since your elementary education. Nutrition is the process of intake of food material to produce energy. Okay, nutrition is the process of intake of food material. Now, what are those food materials which are required for body, for cells, for organism? That is nutrient. The specific name is nutrients, and you might have studied that main nutrients for human being or even other organisms are protein, fat, carbohydrate containing food material. But that is the different thing for animals or higher plants. But what about nutrients of microbes? How they take their food materials? As you all know, they are unicellular. They are unicellular means within a single cell, their all activity of digestion, nutrition, excretion, all those things happens. Okay, so what are the nutrients? All those aspects we will see in this class. Let's start. So microbial nutrition, that is nutrients, those substances which are in environment and used for organisms for catabolism and anabolism. That is biological or scientific terms. Means nutrients are those substances which are required for the process of catabolism and anabolism of an organism. Now, nutrients may be macronutrients and micronutrients. Means macronutrients are those nutrients which are required in large amount. They include carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus. They are the components of carbohydrates, lipids, proteins and nucleic acids. Okay, apart from them, potassium, calcium, magnesium and irons, which are cations and are the parts of enzymes and cofactors. So in this way, macronutrients are more important because they are the parts of protein, fat, carbohydrate, enzymes and cofactors. Now about micronutrients, those nutrients which are required in very small amount. They are mineral elements such as iron, copper, molybdenum, zinc. These are referred as trace elements. Most of the micronutrients are essential for the activity of certain enzymes, usually as a cofactors. Okay, these micronutrients are not the part of protein, fat, carbohydrate, but they are required for the activity of certain enzymes. And as you all know, being a botany students, all the activity, all the metabolic or catabolic activity of an organism is directly or indirectly governed by enzymes. Okay, they are governed by enzymes, and these enzymes should be working in proper way, and these enzymes require these micronutrients. So in this way micronutrients are equally important as macronutrients are. Okay, they contaminants in water, glassware and regular media components often are adequate for growth factor. Some of the contamination you might have seen, that is because of contamination of water, glassware, regular, they are also responsible for the growth of certain strains of microbes. Now, classification of microorganisms on the basis of nutrition and nutritional, that is nutritional classification means, now on the basis of nutrition microbes can be categorized. And what are those nutrients? It may be carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and other elements such as macro and micro, energy source and electron source. They may be organic compound, electron source, all those things we will see in detail. So nutritional classification, that is based on the how microorganisms satisfy carbon, energy and electrons, means what are the sources of carbon, energy and electron for an organisms or for an microbes. Based on that they are classified into these categories. Based on carbon source they may be autotrophs or they may be heterotrophs. Autotrophs are those organisms which take CO2 solely or principal biosynthetic carbon source, and in heterotrophs this CO2 is in reduced, reformed or organic molecules. Okay, so this is the basis of classification of microorganism based on carbon source. Okay, another criteria is energy source. So on the basis of energy source, how they are getting their energy, they may be phototrophs or chemotrophs, means when they take energy from light, that is phototrophs, and when they take energy from the oxidation of organic or inorganic compound, they are chemotrophs. And third one is the criteria of electron source. Suppose there is an organism which take electron from the reduced inorganic molecules, that is known as lithotrophs. Okay, whereas another microbes which is taking electron from organic molecule, that is known as organotroph. So in broad way there are 6 groups of microbes on the basis of their nutrition. They may be autotrophs, they may be heterotrophs, they may be phototrophs, they may be chemotrophs, they may be lithotrophs or they may be organotrophs. Okay, all those 6 categories of microbes we will see in details. This table shows all the categories with the source of energy, with the source of electrons, with the source of carbon, along with that examples of that category. Okay, so these major nutritional types are photolithotrophic autotrophs, photoorganotrophic heterotrophs, chemolithotrophic autotrophs, chemoorganotrophic heterotrophs. Students, I am saying you these 6 groups are 4 groups are little bit confusing. You may confuse about them, but the right way is to understand the main concept behind that, how these name has been given. If you understand that concept, you won't worry about remembering these categories. Okay. Along with that, you can also remember the source of energy, hydrogen, electron source, carbon source, along with their representative group. So try to focus on the main names. Suppose first category is photolithographic autographs, means photolithography or photoautographs. They have, as in name, photo means their energy source will be light. That photo stand for light, means they have energy source is light. Now litho means they have inorganic hydrogen as a source of hydrogen or electron hydrogen donor. Okay. And autography, that stand for source of carbon, that is CO2 of atmosphere. Okay. This is the first category of organisms, microorganism. Photolithographic autographs, in short it can be photoautographs. Example of this category is all algae, purple and green sulfur bacteria and cyanobacteria, means all the photosynthetic organisms belongs to this category. Either they are plants, they are algae, they are cyanobacteria. Okay. Second category is photoorganographic heterotrophy, that is photoheterotrophs. Again, word photo is here, means their source of light will be, their source of energy will be light. Okay. Organo, that is organic hydrogen or electron, that is donor. And hetero means they are, their carbon source is organic carbon. Okay. The example of this category is purple non-sulfur bacteria, green non-sulfur bacteria. Students, in competitive exams they used to ask which category have which example. Either they may ask this bacteria have which kind of nutrition. Okay. So you remember them, don't ignore them. Another category is chemolithographic autography, that is chemoautographs. That is here term chemo, that is stand for source of energy, that is chemical energy. Here light is not, that's why photo is not here. So source of energy is chemical energy, that is inorganic. Source of hydrogen is inorganic, and source of carbon is CO2. Okay. These are the three categories, subcategories, sub-criteria. An example of this category is sulfur oxidizing bacteria, hydrogen bacteria, nitrifying bacteria, iron oxidizing bacteria. Students, out of these four examples, most frequently used, most familiar is nitrifying bacteria. You might have studied it into your graduation or in economic microbiology, and here in detail we will also study. And last category is chemoorganographic heterotrophy, that is chemoheterotrophs. Their source of energy is chemical energy, that is organic. Their source of hydrogen or electron, that is organic. Their source of carbon, that is organic carbon source. And all those animals which are heterotrophs, they belongs to this category. And other examples are protozoans, fungi, most of non-photosynthetic bacteria. Okay. Since this is microbiology class, so we constrain to microbes only. Okay. So these are the four different categories of microbes on the basis of nutrition. Now these four are in detail here, that was in tabular form. You may also remember this, read this. Let me read it. Phototrophs, photoautotroph, that is light source, CO2 as a carbon source. Algae and cyanobacteria implied water as a electron donor and release oxygen, you all know, by the process of photosynthesis. Purple and green sulfur extract electron from inorganic donor like hydrogen sulfide and elemental sulfur. Second category is chemoheterotroph, that is organic compounds as a source of energy, hydrogen, electrons and carbons. They frequently the same organic nutrients will satisfy all these requirements. Yeast and all pathogenic microbes are belonging to this category, that is chemoheterotrophs. And other two nutritional classes have fewer microorganisms but often are very important ecologically. Means most of the microbes belongs to first two categories of those. Okay, and last two category which we are going to study, that is not important or not that much of organisms belonging to that category, but from the ecosystem point of view they are equally important. Okay, so let's see. Photoheterotrophs, they are purple and green bacteria which are photosynthetic. They are organic matter as their electron donor and carbon source. They are common inhabitants. They are common inhabitants of polluted lakes, streams. And last category is chemoautotrophs. They oxidize reduced inorganic compounds such as iron, nitrogen or sulfur molecules to derive both energy and electrons. Carbon dioxide is the carbon source. They contribute greatly to the chemical transformation of elements such as conversion of ammonia to nitrate or sulfur to sulfate. The example of this category is Clostridium. Okay, so students, in this way we have seen different categories of microbes, different criteria of their classification, different source of their energy, oxygen, electrons. Okay, so my recommendation is to all of you that you remember all those groups along with at least 3-4 examples, which is not only important for examination point of view, that is semester exam, but in your competitive examination, even in CSIR net, they used to ask such type of question. So try to focus on this concept, don't ignore them. Okay, so thank you for today. We will meet next class with new topics.